Good morning and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Of course though, Christmas is now gone and Game Week 19 is here and there is plenty to talk about ahead of another very exciting week in FPL. Of course, if you've got any questions about your team, get them in the chat. Let me know your dilemmas and we'll try to answer as many as we possibly can. Of course, we will be doing team ratings as well on Twitter at FPLTom_. As you can see, it is below me as well. Make sure you follow me on all the other additional platforms as well. And of course, this could be potentially the 11k party. We only need around 19 people to hit that subscribe button to make this the 11k party. And if we hit 11k, I'll do whatever the chat recommends, alright? So it's probably going to be worth sticking around for this one as well. Of course, there is a poll going around for the best captain for Game Week 19. Get your votes in for that one because I'm very interested to see how that one pans out. I imagine it's probably going to be quite 50-50 in terms of Salah and Palmer this week. But let me know which way you are potentially going with your transfers as well. I can see we've got some absolute legends in the chat. Andy, Jamie Hayes, one of our channel moderators, he's got the right idea. Make sure you're hitting that like button as well for the channel. It does push it out to more people, which is exactly what we want to see. I can already see Yash has said Mbuemo Semenyo to Kulu for plus Sar for free. Ooh. Would I do that? I don't know. With Mbuemo having Southampton next week, I don't know if I'd be 100% tempted. I think the Sar one would be beneficial for this week, but I think holding Brian is one of those players that we might just want to hold long term. Like, I don't think I'm going to sell Brian and Mbuemo at this point. So, I'm not 100% sure I'd do that move. Start two above Bowen, Jesus, or Enzo. Probably would go Jesus and Enzo. Buy DCL. Shush. Hi Tom, 1.5 million rank right now, first year on FPL. What should be my goal? I would say a respectable goal would be top 250k. Like, it used to be top 150k, but now I'd probably say top 250k is probably more respectable for like first time players. A few people asking how my team's looking. Let's go and take a look. So this is currently how my team is lining up ahead of this game week. I have made one transfer. I made it last night. I took 8 Nuri out and we got Munoz. Obviously, if you didn't see on Twitter, because obviously I haven't been uploading, I've been away with my family for Christmas. If you didn't see, for last week, we hit 75 points. So as you can see, a very respectable, good game week, to be honest. Obviously, the Bruno move for Saka didn't really go to plan, but it is what it is, I guess. It's one of those. Everybody else cooked. Someone in the chat last week, I think it was the knee-jerk reaction to 17, was giving me absolute pelters about my defence, saying like, oh, I'm lucky, they're never ever going to return again. Alright, mate. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay. So yeah, the defence did very well. We got this captaincy right, of course, as well. Palmer. Jackson was one of our other transfers as well. That one didn't really work out either, but probably in hindsight, like, I maybe should have held off on that move. But João Pedro very easily could have got a red. Like, he should have got a red because he attempted to elbow someone in the face. So it's one of those, isn't it? It swings and roundabouts, really. But overall, pretty decent game week. Cannot complain with that. Now takes us to the top 80k in the world, which is mental. Genuinely mental considering where we were. If I bring up this, hang on. Here we go, right? As you can see here, right? Look all the way back to, like, these early game weeks don't really count. Look at game week 7 where we were, right? 5.2 million, yeah? Look at the consistency, the number of greens we've had. Even the one red in game week 14, 519, a minimal red arrow. Ever since then, it's just been go. And I think at the moment, we're maybe like 4 points off the top 10 content creators. Like, I never ever thought we'd be in that position. But yeah, that's where we are right now. So, pretty decent to say the least, to be honest. Yeah, I can't complain, to be honest. So, we've really turned the season around. Enjoying it as well. Enjoying it. And I think that's the main thing. Got to enjoy this season. In terms of this week, then, let's head on back to my team. So, like I said, I've made the one transfer. We have gone for... Oh, just move that down a smidge. We have gone for... Munoz for who's his name? 8 Nuri, because the fixtures for Wolves, I probably got a little bit fortunate last week. But yeah, the fixtures, as you can see here, they do get really difficult. I think Spurs, they could get something out of that game. Forest are very good. Newcastle are good at the moment. Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa, Liverpool. I don't really see me getting too much out of 8 Nuri if I was to keep him. However, Munoz, Southampton this week, I probably will end up playing him against Chelsea, but then that is just delicious, isn't it? That is delicious. That's a really, really good run. And we probably hold him till maybe like here, but we could probably just keep benching him anyway. And then if we look at his underlying data as well, 0.23 expected goal involvement for a 4.7 million defender. No-brainer. Absolute no-brainer in it. Really, really is. Captain Isak. Not for me personally. I know United are really, really bad, but I think with Salah having West Ham and Palmer having Ipswich, I think that's where you're at in terms of captaincy. Looking at the early vote on the poll, it does look like Salah is leading the way as well with 70% of the vote. So that's probably where most people are going to be at this week. I should start any of these. Or do I need a -4? I think you'd be fine to start any of these. You might see a bit of rotation for Colwell and Jackson, like we saw a few weeks ago in the last midweek round we had. But I think you'll be fine. Genuinely, I think you'll be fine across the board. I'm stuck on who to bench: Rodgers, Enzo, Ahmed, or Jesus. I would play Jesus. I would probably play Enzo. I think he's due. And then I probably would bench Ahmed, you know. I think Newcastle have looked really, really good at the moment. Benching Cucurella or Robinson. Who Fulham got this week? Bournemouth at home. Ooh. I think I probably would bench Robinson. I think you have to probably play Cucurella against Ipswich. They are the worst team in the league by a mile. They just are. Can you rate my team? Yep, no problem. Should I make a transfer or should I roll? I mean, 8 Nuri is probably a player you want to get rid of. Maybe that move to Munoz could also work for you as well. Cunha and Pedro are probably going to be problems, so maybe not. Lewis is a little bit of a problem as well. So there's a few problem players in there. So it might be worth maybe rolling, building a few transfers up to obviously sort the Cunha ban out, get João Pedro out. So yeah, it might be worth rolling, and maybe like a -4 next week could also be worth it. Very nice Notion vids. Very nice, mate. Cracking on. We love to see it. I don't think Ahmed is going to get rotated. I think the squad depth isn't there for United, so I think he will be playing, definitely. Best 7 mil mids. You could maybe take a look at somebody like Eze, but I think I probably would prefer Sarr right now. Eze's numbers are pretty flat. So I probably would maybe look at Sarr. I think Rodgers is still a very, very decent shout. Who else would I be probably looking at in that midfield bracket around that price? It's really difficult. Genuinely is really difficult. None of the options blow me away, right? None of them are, like, incredible. Yeah, I agree with you, Andy. I think Ahmed's definitely going to play with Bruno's suspension now. Bench one out of Ahmed, João Pedro, or Robinson. I probably would be tempted to bench João Pedro. He's really not done it, has it, recently? Gordon is a good pick, but he's at 7.3, so doesn't really fit this guy's question. But yeah, if you could find the money for Gordon, he probably would be one of my favourites. I mean, it's just not like any clear options, is there? Below 7 million, the options don't excite me. Like, there's no one on there I would be absolutely dying to pick up with my team. Fulham are about to go on a really good run, though, so maybe Alex Iwobi could be a decent one as well. 120. I don't know where that would put you in the world. I guess I'd probably need to look at your ranking. And yes, I said ranking, not the other word. Do make sure to keep that like button coming in, guys. Of course, if you are new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, today could be the day that we do hit 11k subscribers. And that would be a very, very nice way to end the year. I can't lie. That would be a pretty decent way to end the year. Hey, Tom, how was your Christmas? It was very, very good, my friend. Spent it with family and stuff like that. So, yeah, very happy. I hope you had a decent Christmas as well, my friend. And that goes for everybody in the chat. Even if you didn't celebrate, I hope you had a decent time off. I'm thinking of Gordon in place of Bowen as my free transfer. I like it. Genuinely, I really, really like that. No problems with that one, mate. I think that's a good move. It's alright, I have 2.3 million in the bank. Yeah, I'd probably go Gordon then. Bench 2, Burn, Colwell, Rogers, Ahmed, Gavardio. I probably would go Ahmed. And then I probably would actually bench Colwell. I've not seen him in a few predicted lineups, but we'll have another look in a second. But yeah, I've not seen him in quite a few predicted lineups, to be honest. Would you do Bruno and Greaves to Sarr and Eze and Munoz for a hit? If my team needed it desperately, yes. But otherwise, no. Thoughts on Isak captain? Not for me personally. I think it is going to be Salah or Palmer. I think Isak will still be a big enough rank gainer. Let's have a look what he's at. 46.1. Oh, maybe not. A lot of people jumping on the Isak bandwagon. I think maybe the big hauls have definitely helped that, and I don't think we're probably going to see too much. But look at the XGI here. Flip me. It is good. It is good. And people were saying, like, oh, I'm not going to bring him in because he's got Villa. 8-pointer. Oh, then it's United. United are woeful. Would not surprise me if he scores in this one. Then Spurs. Then you go into Wolves, Bournemouth, Southampton. Like, Alexander Isak, these are probably his most two difficult games in 26 and 27. Everything else, I could see him scoring in every other game. Maybe you flog him off after this one here, because he got Chelsea and Arsenal and we're near the back end of the season. But, like, he's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, yeah, I think he's a player that's probably on the verge of essential, isn't he, at the moment? Do you think Chelsea will rotate much? From seeing a lot of the predictions, yes. And we are mainly basing that off Maresca's last midweek Premier League round, but let's wait and see, I guess. Triple captain Palmer. I mean, I probably would wait for the Liverpool double game week if I've still got my triple captainship left. However, it is a possibility. It is a viable option this week. I have no idea how much he will rotate today, given how poor our last two matches have been. Could be a lot, could be none. I don't really know. Yeah, it's really difficult to say with that Chelsea rotation, isn't it? How much there actually is going to be. If I go to my good friend, FPL Meerkat, he has a really, really decent thread that's pretty good on accuracy as well. Where's the Chelsea one? Right, let's get the Chelsea one up. So he's an 89% confident on this one. And Cuckoo, Felix, Jorgensen and Diassi in. So Sanchez and Jackson dropped obviously as well. And he's actually dropped Tossen, so Colwell is in there for people that are maybe worrying a little bit. But yeah, this is his what he's gone for. So no Jackson, which would be a little bit of concern for my team, but he's been stinking the gaff up a little bit recently, hasn't he? 1 goal in his last 5 games. Not great. Not great. So maybe they're giving Cuckoo the nod up front. Could be one. Could be one. Could be one. We'll have to wait and see on that. Yeah, we'll do team ratings at 10 o'clock. So we'll get a good batch of team ratings in and we'll do a big plethora of them at 10 o'clock. All right? So anybody that wants their team rating by myself, get it sent in on my Twitter, at FPLTom_. And yeah, we'll get those reviewed for you. What do you think of Ollie Watkins? Could be a nice short-term punt with decent fixtures for Villa the next 3. The forward options at the moment, really, really bad, aren't they? There's nobody that I would be dying to get into the team, really. There's no one I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to have him. That's it. I think once Cunha gets banned, I might actually drop him down to a cheap one, like a 4.5 non-player, and up Greaves to like a Gabriel. That's genuinely my thought process right now. Because the forward options have really diminished over the past few weeks. Should I bench Bruno and play Rogers? I mean, Bruno's suspended, so yeah, you're going to do that. Johnson, again, I'm not really like hyped for him, but I get why people have got him. Yeah, we can look if Johnson's predicted start for you, mate. Let's have a look. Have a quick look. Where's Spurs? No Johnson in the predicted lineup. So yeah, there you go. No Johnson in that predicted lineup. It's looking bad at the back for Spurs, isn't it? Jesus. Did Matoma to Gordon this week. Nice. I think that's a decent transfer. FPL Diamond in the chat. Thank you very much, mate, for the compliments. Virgil or Robinson start. I mean, I'd probably go Verge, to be honest. Morning, Tom. I have Timber and Saliba. Would you move one on to Gabriel, who is more probably better long term and keeps rising in price? I would be probably more tempted to move Saliba on. Timber's doing quite well on the old bonus points in the at the moment, so I'd probably be more tempted to move Timber on for Gabriel. And I don't really see either Gabriel or Saliba losing out, like missing out on a game. Munoz or Milenkovic? I think I'd probably go Munoz. Is Greaves predicted to start? We'll go and have a look. We'll take a look for you, my friend. Let's have a look. Where are they? Ipswich. Yes, he is predicted to start. Giving Son the armband. No risk, no reward. Very nice, mate. I am concerned whether or not Jackson is going to maybe miss out on some minutes. He's not in quite a few predicted lineups I've seen as well. I need to have a look at that last midweek Chelsea game. Did he come on? I think it was around the 4th, wasn't it? Where they played Southampton. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Hi Tom, I need some advice on which three to start. I probably would go Rodgers, Enzo, Cunha. There you go. Cunha only performs in hard matches. The guy is absolutely legend. Yeah, I probably would be looking to move João Pedro on, but I don't really know who for. The striker options are pitiful. Genuinely pitiful. And if you've not got a clear and obvious option to go to, maybe worth banking that transfer, benching him this week, and maybe looking to upgrade the defence, downgrade him to a 4.5. That's what my plan is when Cunha gets banned. Why are Tottenham favourites to win at Wolves today? I mean, we can have a look at the bookies odds in a second. We'll get them up in a minute. The questions are flying in, by the way, guys. Absolutely love that. So do keep them coming in. Obviously, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as always. Johnson isn't predicted to start. We saw that one. Colwell, Hall, and João Pedro. Bench one. Probably João Pedro. Start two out of Hall, Kirkes, Robinson. Hall and Robinson. Ahmed, Enzo, and Rodgers play one. I think you have to play Enzo with that fixture, don't you? Play Mikalenko or Wood. Probably would play... I'd probably play Mikalenko. Everton would be great defensively. Johnson not predicted to start now. Please don't spam though. We'll get round to the question. Mate, who do you think will be the best Cunha replacement when he gets banned? I already have Isak and Jackson. Solanke could be, but at the same time, like I said, I think I might drop it down to like... it depends when he gets banned, really, doesn't it? I'm going to keep him for as long as he's not banned because he's just incredible. But yeah, for me right now, I think I'm probably going to look to downgrade him to a 4.5 and upgrade Greaves up. That's my current thought process. I probably would start Kulusevski over Mbeumo. Thoughts on Kulusevski? Again, I said this when someone asked me the question about midfield options. Nobody excites me within that area. Transfer in Son for Bruno or roll the transfer and play Rodgers? I think you'd be fine to roll the transfer and play Rodgers. Play Bowen or Rodgers? I would play Rodgers this week. Who would you bench from Gvardiol, Aina, Robinson and Timber? You're probably looking at maybe somebody like either Aina or Robinson, but you probably could end up with a bit of heartache there. We can have a look at the Liverpool predicted lineup. Give me a second. By the way, go and follow FPL Meerkat. Absolute legend for putting all this together. Does have Diego Jota up top. Does have Diego Jota up top in that one. Is Tosin a good option? Not for me, personally. Pickford or Henderson, pick one. I mean, Palace are about to go on this really decent run, so Henderson could be probably the better shout, but Everton have been great defensively, so Yeah, I think both have got their pluses. I think with Henderson being cheaper though, probably would lean more towards him. I prefer the first two options there, Oliver. Thoughts on Maddison? Again, it doesn't excite me as a pick. He was benched again, so there's benching headaches. And when I'm paying that more expensive price compared to like an Ahmed or Sarr, I'd want him to be starting every single week. Starting Cucurella and Jackson, which first sub rotation? Yeah, probably would have it like that. Play Jackson or Ahmed. I mean, with Jackson being benched, well, potentially being benched and not in quite a few predicted lineups, I think I would be tempted to play Ahmed. We're going to have a look, see what happened last time the two sides played. And, yeah. Thoughts on Mateta? Yeah, I'm a fan of Mateta. I was looking at Mateta this week if Cunha was going to get banned. So, yeah. That was one of my transfers if Cunha was going to be banned. How long will the stream be? We'll probably go till like 11:30, 12 maybe. Yeah, we'll see how my voice is doing. That's the main thing. As you can hear, I've got a cold again. I literally lost my cold pre-Christmas. Like Christmas Eve, I was pretty much back to full health. Went on holiday with my family for Christmas, and everyone there was ill. So I walked in, I was like, I'm gonna get ill again, and I was fine until the very last day, and then I literally picked up a cold again. So thank you, family. Appreciate that. Hey Alex, how's it going, mate? What rank are you currently in the world? Are you still 4th? I know you're flying at the top of our league, but I haven't had a chance to check yet. If I did João Pedro to Mateta, what do you think? Yeah, Mateta's probably the one forward I am looking at in the next few weeks. He is probably the one that I probably would be going for. Should I start Enzo or Robinson? Probably would go Enzo. Is Son a good replacement? I'm not desperate to bring Son in. Let's put it that way on that one. Start Hall or Robinson? I probably would go Robinson. Best defender long term? I mean, he's probably already sat in my team. It's going to be Munoz. It is going to be Munoz. Right here, look at that. That's a lovely set. There's no real rotation there. Probably that Newcastle game, maybe you drop him. The City one here. And then this point, you're probably going to sell him because there's not a great set of fixtures. But realistically, you're probably going to be able to keep him till like 30, 31 even. So yeah, I think Munoz, with his good underlying data as well, he's probably going to be the one. He's probably going to be the one. Really close up there, with who has a 30-point lead. Wow, that's mental, to be fair. You think it'd be really, really tight, but a 30-point lead is ridiculous. Transfer out Flecken or Fabianski. I'd be more tempted to do Flecken. Brentford defensively this year have been pretty poor. Start Aina or Colwell. I mean, Colwell's in that predicted lineup, so I probably would be going to him. We doing bench list. What the hell's bench list? What the hell is a bench list? What I needed to look at was on FOTMob. Let me just quickly bring that up. Remember, guys, we are trying to hit 11k subscribers today. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. It does mean the absolute world to me. Right, we're at Chelsea. There they are. Can you guys see? Oh, can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. Right, fixtures. Where was it? It was this one here, wasn't it? What I want to see is, did Jackson come on? Because if he didn't, yeah, it didn't come on, which is a good thing. Levi Colwell didn't come on either. So if they are benched, if they're benched and they're winning the game quite comfortably, I think it probably bodes quite well. So I might just keep Nicholas Jackson in. And obviously if he is benched, doesn't come on, we get him off the bench. So go for that one. Am I about to do something silly? Watkins or Foden punt? I think both could be worth a gamble. Like, City's fixtures are good. They are good. They're just terrible, right? Watkins has missed quite a lot of big chances this season, but he's been getting in the right positions. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's a bad option. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Raya, Allison, or Sells. I mean, Sells is probably going to be a budget option. I think any sort of investment into the Arsenal-Liverpool defence is good. Both are like the top two defences for XG conceded. Both really fancied on the 11-5 models for projected goals, for projected clean sheets as well going forward. So really, really good sides. Both of them genuinely really good sides. By the way, guys, we need 8 people, and I mean this, 8 people to hit that subscribe button to hit 11k, which would be mental, genuinely mental considering where we started the year at like 3. So yeah, this year you guys have been incredible. Obviously, this will be the last deadline stream of 2024 as well, which is pretty mad to think. But we're back in the new year, don't you worry. Plenty more content coming up on this channel. And, of course, the second channel as well. Lots of big plans, lots of big things planned for 2025. So, I'm looking forward to it. Please bench 2, Rodgers, Pedro, Colwell, Anderson, and Hall. I probably would bench João Pedro and Hall. There you go. Bench 1, Timber, Colwell, Hall, and Robinson, and who to bench between Jackson and... I would probably play Jackson. Like we just saw there, he didn't come on in the last time he was benched, so I'd probably hope for the same thing again. Timber, Colwell, Hall, and Robinson. Oh, that's tough. Probably would say Hall, with it just being an away fixture. That's probably where my mind would be at if I had to bench one of those. Yeah, 100%. Alex has got the right idea. You'd be pissed off if you bench Jackson against Ipswich. Like, we're only... The thing is, right, we're only looking at him as, like, this big rotation risk option because we've seen it in previous weeks, right? We've only seen it in one previous week, though. There is nothing to suggest that Jackson gets benched again, is there? So, yeah. There's genuinely nothing to suggest it happens again. So I think I'd play him and take the risk. Everton crumble against weak opposition. Probably because they need to go for it a little bit more. I'd probably say, you know, those big games against the top 6, they can play their terrible football, not really have a shot, and fans will be okay with it because they picked up a point. Against the lesser teams, where they need to pick up points... then they have to come out a little bit more because they need to win games. You know what I mean? So that's probably what it is. I got Sort and Gordon for Rodgers and Maddison. Decent upgrades, I'd probably say on that one. You don't have the link. All right, we'll get that in the chat. Hang on 1 second. It's one of the ones that's flying around there. Let me... where is it? Leagues and Cups. Where's our league? Soggy Biscuit Super League. Here we go. Invite people. There's the code, by the way. And let me quickly... I've copied it, but I can't put it in the chat, so I can't even put that in the chat. But here it is. Here's the league code if you want to obviously go and join one of our leagues. The Soggy Biscuit Super League. There you go. But yeah, let's get back to answering some of your guys' questions. We've got loads in today. Yeah, I mean, the reason I brought him in was because he's still been getting chances, yeah? Like, his last two, 0.7, 0.2, not great, but still there's some alright numbers in here. Nothing compared to Isak, but 0.63 per 90 is decent for a forward. He was also one of the big people that was like a massive hit on my rank most weeks if he did anything. So I think we've covered that bit off as well. João Pedro or Ahmed? I probably would start Ahmed. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's got some issue with the manager. That's probably why he's not starting. But yeah, I guess that's it, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of is he must have a problem with the manager. That's the only thing I can think of. Is there must be some sort of issue with him and the manager. Sean's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, mate. I'll see you later on. He says, thinking of sticking again. Cunha train rolls on for another week. Undroppable and Captain Isak. Oh dear. Not a Captain Isak, lad. Come on. It's Palmer or Salah this week. Easy. Easy. My transfers for this week, I have brought in Munoz for 8 Nuri. I think that's probably going to be the only transfer I make. Take 2 into next week. See how I'm feeling about Bruno. But see what the situation is with Cunha as well. Yes, team reviews will be done at 10 o'clock. So we've got about half an hour till they're up and firing. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Like I said, guys, it is massively appreciated by me. And we are closing in on 11k. We only need 5 more people, by the way. 5 more people. So, yeah. Get your subs in, get your questions in, and obviously let me know what you want me to do for 11k. We'll do something. Obviously, I haven't got a party popper like we had for 10k, but I'll happily do something. I mean, to be fair, you probably could sell off Ahmed. You could, but I think for his price point, what are you really expecting? Palmer looks warm. There you go. There you go. Palmer or Salah is probably going to be a man, mate. Semenyo or Pedro, I probably would play Semenyo this week. I would bench 8 Nuri, mate. I'd play Robinson. Best Flecker replacement is probably going to be Dean Henderson from Palace, isn't it? I would probably bench Colwell. I probably would bench Colwell. I might have to get a tissue because my nose has just started dribbling. Let me just quickly go and grab a tissue. But keep those likes coming in. Keep the questions coming in. And mainly keep those subscribers coming in. 1 second. Right, I'm back. Can actually breathe out my nose again, which is nice. I hope the flat is clean, yeah? Of course it is. We ain't got Hoover, though. Eze or Nkuku? I mean, I probably would be more tempted with Eze rather than Nkuku. Yes, Luis Diaz is predicted to start. However, I saw something about his father on Twitter. I don't know how true that is. But, yeah, I saw something about his father or his mother. Oh, I'm not buying a Henry, mate. They're way too expensive. Is Chris Wood a sell or give him one more chance? He's been off it recently. Yeah, he really hasn't. I don't think Everton's the best fixture for him. But it's one of those, isn't it? It is one of those. Let me have a quick look. What's the fixtures saying? You probably would want him for the Wolves one. Southampton. It's just the problem is, who do you go for outside of him? Like, seriously, who do you go for? There's not many, is there? Someone said, congrats on 11k. Have we done it? Have we bloody gone and done it? Let's have a look. No, we haven't done it. We're 5 away. Come on, don't tease me like that. We're 5 away. We're 5 people away. How many -4s to take in a season, you think? It depends when you need them. Like, if you're in a position where you think the -4 will be beneficial, don't just look at it as a 1 week thing. Look at it as, like, I would say, like a 5 week thing. If that -4 helps you get into a position where it gets there, right, then the -4 is completely acceptable. No Hoover, how do you keep the floor clean? The Hoover broke pre-Christmas. Like, literally, as I was cleaning the flat at Christmas before I left, it broke. So we just have to get a new one. That's how things work. Get a Dyson for 20 quid. Now Andy's talking my language. £20 for a Hoover. Thoughts on Bruno as a cheaper pickup with his more advanced role? I'm guessing you're talking about Bruno Guimaraes. Don't think I'd go there. I think if I was to go for any Newcastle midfielder, probably would be Anthony Gordon, for me personally. Bench one, I mean, it's probably going to be Kudos, isn't it, really, there, mate? Yeah, I don't think I'd go near Bruno Guimaraes. Team reviews on Twitter will be done at 10 o'clock. They'll be on at 10 o'clock. Colwell, Robinson, or Mikolenko if you could only start one? Oh, it's a great question. I probably would have to bench maybe Robinson out of those lot, just because I think Bournemouth aren't a bad side. Yeah, Bournemouth are probably the best side that anybody's coming up against there. I bench João Pedro. I mean, that Hoover didn't come with the flat. I brought that Hoover. So yeah, there you go, mate. I brought that Hoover. What do you think of the team? Yeah, I mean, I don't think you necessarily need to make a transfer, so I think you'll be fine to roll. And Mbuemo to Sarr or João Pedro to Mateta. I'd probably be more tempted with João Pedro to Mateta. Brian has got Southampton next week. So yeah, I probably would want to keep him for that one. He's keeping me alive. I probably would be looking at Mateta if for my Cunha replacement. Bench one out of Semedo, Pedro, Ahmed. Probably would be João Pedro. I probably would go. I think Everton's good record. Forest don't score a lot of goals. I probably would go Mikolenko. You know what? Let's look at the betting data as well. We've not done that yet so far. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is. Betting data. So let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. 29% for both Everton and Forest. Palace have got pretty decent clean sheet data this week. Chelsea are actually higher, so maybe go that way. It's only a 5% increase on that data, though. Not really anyone I'd say clear, though, in terms of those betting markets. In terms of the projected goals, Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and City all fancy to do quite well. Also, of course, Crystal Palace with their decent fixture against Southampton. That makes complete sense why they're one of the fancied teams, doesn't it? Greaves to Munoz for a -4. I don't know if that's going to be worth a -4. Unless you're absolutely desperate for players. Hey, why not? Like, Spurs look really bad at the moment. Genuinely really, really bad. I mean, if you were to bring in Haaland, this would probably be the week. I feel after this week, you're only going to get 3 weeks out of him. And selling Cunha, oh, yeah. I was never going to sell him until I literally got told he is banned. He is gone. He is dead and buried. But yeah, he's fine. But yeah, some interesting ones on the bookmakers ones. That Everton-Nottingham Forest game has 0-0 written all over it today, doesn't it? But I'll be watching it. Don't worry. I need to have a look what game I want to watch today. Obviously, Leicester City is the game on telly, but I'm not bothered about that. Not really fussed. Yeah, not really fussed. What other ones have we got? Palace Southampton, might watch that. Fulham Bournemouth, yeah. Tottenham Wolves is a pretty decent one. Okay, there's some alright ones. First time rolling a transfer, mate. Oh my days! I think that's one of the biggest things I've learnt this season is having a little bit more patience and rolling. Like, I've rolled quite a few weeks, and I'm going to roll again another transfer this week. Because when you go into those weeks where your team is looking a bit naff and you've built up a good bank of transfers, you're all right. And even some of the players where you think, yeah, I don't really fancy him for a clean sheet this week, or I don't really fancy that player because it's a difficult fixture. Sometimes it works out. Genuinely, that's kind of how I've played it out this season. Is I've not got caught up in the fixtures too much because I think the Premier League is so open. Especially this season, where anybody could beat anyone. So I'm not getting caught up too much in looking at the fixtures. I'm going to regret this, but I think I'm going to go Foden. I mean, for the next 4 weeks, I think it could be worth a gamble. It could be worth a gamble. I don't know what his minutes have been looking like. Let's have a look. Not his minutes. His data's been looking like. I know his minutes have been pretty solid. Let's have a look. 0.85 isn't bad against Everton. 0.44. It's not terrible. 0.6 per 90 as well isn't bad. I know he's not really played many 90. I mean, he's played quite a few. He's played quite a few. So, Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pickup. Could be a huge differential. I think the next 4 fixtures here, definitely worth a little bit of a punt. Leicester are terrible. West Ham aren't great defensively. Brentford aren't great defensively. Ipswich. You're playing some of the worst. This run here, right, is some of the worst. The worst teams for XG conceded. So I think it could be worth a gamble, mate. I genuinely do. Tempted me a little bit with it. Can't lie, you have tempted me a little bit. But I think we're going to stick with Bruno. Let's not do anything rash now. No, I don't think there's a way Foden blanks in all 4 of those fixtures. I just don't think it's possible. I mean, the ban's probably going to come in, I would say, after effect of this one. So I don't think I'd bring him in. I can't believe how many people have actually brought him in. Like, the ban is going to happen. And I reckon it'll be in the new year. Like, I reckon after this game, he's probably going to get banned. So, yeah. Who do I start between Kirkez and Lewis? Good question, mate. I probably would go Lewis right at the moment. Sell Fernandez for a -4 and then bench Matoma for whoever I replace Fernandez with. Does that make sense? I mean, they're playing Villa, so I think you'd be fine enough just to play Matoma. I don't think it'd be worth the -4. I'm not a big fan of Kulusevski. Not for me, personally. Definitely not a fan of Jacob Murphy either. I think he's just in his little bit of a purple patch at the moment. I think if you went there, great. But I feel the time's gone now. Sell Cunha for Isak or just roll. Ooh. The thing is, right, Isak's a player I'd absolutely want in the side. But I reckon have one more week of Cunha time. Gotta have one more week. Definitely so. I sold Cunha for a hit last week. Oh, mate, that stinks. That's horrible. Got Gordon in this week versus Bruno-less Manchester United. Makes sense. I did Mbeumo to Gordon. Yeah, I was also looking at that move as well. I don't mind it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It literally depends, though, how long this Saka injury is. We don't really have anything, like, concrete on it, do we? And we have it 11k. Oh, hang on. There we go. 11,000. Thank you very much, guys. I am massively, massively appreciate everybody for that one. You guys are legends. Genuinely, legends. A lot of time for everybody that's hit that subscribe button this year. And it's a great way just to end the year, isn't it? 11k subscribers. So thank you very, very much for that one, guys. Really appreciate that one. March for Saka. Not Solly March. As soon as I saw him on there, I was like, oh, I miss Solly March. I do miss him. Yeah, I think Sar's a decent shout for the next few weeks. Had a really, really terrible game, though. He did have a really, really terrible game. I think he created like 0.4 expected data. Pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Sorry. My throat's just stuck there. Couldn't get it moving. Could not get it moving. Oh, Saka's back in March. Sorry. I'm just putting a tweet out. Boom. There we go. Tweet out. We've done the tweet. Now I can get back to concentrating. Mate, I have a lot of people coming in this chat, in and out. So yeah, trying to remember people, not the easiest task. I'll tell you that for free. If you don't, if he's not passing your own personal eye test, then I get it. Don't go for him. Bench Rodgers, Jesus, or Enzo. Probably would bench Rodgers. Yeah, it's a tough one, that, isn't it? It is a tough one. Yeah, I'd probably bench Rodgers. Should I do Lewis to Munoz or Evan Nilsson to Ja? I'd probably do the first one. Raul or Kulusevski to start? Probably go Kulusevski. Who would you start? Bowen or Ahmed or Hall? I have Trent. I would probably go with either Ahmed or Hall on that one. Yeah, I'd probably go either Ahmed or Hall. That's probably the way I go on that one. Keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have, let me know. Obviously, we'll be doing team ratings at 10 o'clock. So get your team sent to me on Twitter at FPLTom_. Start Rodgers or Pedro? Rodgers for me. Yeah, definitely Rodgers. In terms of predicted points for this week, I know a lot of people are obviously looking at captaincy and stuff like that. Hub Predictor for the Game Week 19 has both Salah and Palmer dead level on points, which is absolutely no help for the people that are obviously, of course, stuck this week which way to go with that one. Haaland up there as well, but I don't feel like most people own him this week. A few people have obviously taken a gamble on Foden. He's up there for predicted points as well. Obviously, the Crystal Palace players on this week as well, with Sarr, Mateta, Eze, Munoz all featuring on this list as well. So some decent options from the Hub predicted points model there as well. Cunha still up there as well. And, of course, Alexander Isak as well. Jackson, if he plays, 5 points. It's respectable. It is respectable. Stock Colwell, Semenyo, or João Pedro. I would probably maybe go Colwell. Yeah. Thank you very much, Flawless, for becoming a new subscriber. I appreciate that, man. I do appreciate that. Sell Enzo for Sarr, Eze for a -4. No, I wouldn't do that for a -4. Surely Mbeumo over Kirkez or Konza. All it takes is a jammy pen. Not against Arsenal. Their defensive record is too good for me. So yeah, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, Manchester United are definitely going to struggle. Sarr to score a hat-trick. Let's wait and see, I guess. Of course, the holy coin is here if anybody's got any dilemmas that they need flipping as well. A heads or tails, that's all it is. That's all it is if anybody needs it. Probably would go Hall. There you go. Sell Jackson to Watkins for a -4. I don't think I'd do it for a -4. Unless we found out, like, in today's stream, but we're not going to find out that Jackson's not playing. So, yeah. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Like I said, thank you to everybody this year who has obviously hit that subscribe button and stuff like that. You guys have been pretty immense, to say the least. Pretty immense. Flip for Ahmed or Raul Jimenez. Yep, we can do that, mate. We can do that. Tails will be Raul. Who's the other option? Heads is Ahmed, okay? It just fell in a candle. Whoops. It is heads. It landed on heads. It landed on heads, so I can't remember. I think Ahmed was heads, right? Would you start Hall over Robinson this week? No. I think I'd probably go the other way around. How do I post my team on Twitter? If you leave it under my most recent tweet or the tweet advertising this stream, that'll be the best way to do it. Is Mateta cap mental? Yes. Tom, need the coin. Do I buy Haaland? Might be asking the same question next week too. Alright, heads yes, tails no, okay? Heads yes, tails no. Heads. That was a yes. So buy him. Get him in your team. I'd start Ahmed over João Pedro. Do I sell Smith Rowe for Sarr or sell Konate for Munoz? Alright. Heads is the first option. Tails is the second option. Heads. So you're going for the first option. Play Wood or Enzo? I would probably play Enzo. No worries, Gavin. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Massively appreciate that, mate. Who would you bench out of Strand Larson, Mikalenko, Kirkes, Robinson? Probably be tempted with Kirkes out of all of those. I probably would back the two home teams there. And United look really, really depleted. And I think Wolves could win that game. I do see it. Murphy. Jesus. Eesh. Heads for Raul, tails for Munoz, please. Yep. Heads. It was heads. There you go. Smith Rowe for Saar it is. Thank you, coin. Don't thank the coin just yet. It could all come crumbling down. Bench Gabriel or Hall? Maybe a coin toss. I probably would bench Hall. I probably would bench Hall on that one. Play Aina or Robinson? Probably would go... I think I'd probably go Aina. I'd probably play Rodgers on that one as well. How many points last week? I got 68. That decent enough? Yeah, that should be decent enough. I got 75 last week. So yeah, I can't complain at that one. Can't complain at that one. Murphy a good choice? Not for me personally. I don't think his minutes are secure enough, and I think he's just in a little bit of a purple patch. I have a very, very, very strong bench. I'm bringing in Arnold, Sarr and Munoz. Would you recommend... If that's on your bench, Jesus, then yeah, I probably would play my bench boost. What is my rank? I'm currently sat 80k. 80k in the world. Jackson to Watkins. I mean, I wouldn't probably take Jackson out. Not right now. I know there's the risk that he could be benched this week, but I think he'll be back in next week if not. And the fixtures are just so good long term that I think I probably would want to keep him. Bench one of Pedro, Rodgers or Enzo. João Pedro. Start Kirkes or Robinson. I probably would go Robinson. Back the home team there. Any major assets. I reckon Salah maybe could blank this week. And Palmer smashes it. That could be where it goes. Thoughts on Aina for Konza? I think there's probably cheaper defenders to get from that Forest back line right now. Probably Murillo or Milenkovic. I don't think Aina at 5.1. I wouldn't want to buy in at that price point. Probably would have Kirkes for a sub. Yeah. Bench one of Ahmed or Rodgers. Ooh, probably Ahmed. Yeah, they are great fixtures for the next three, but let's say that appeal gets overturned. Duran might be back. Jackson for his 5th yellow card, yeah, definitely. Hi, I'm my new subscriber. Foden for Matoma for a free transfer. Who to bench? Strand Larson, Morgan Rodgers, or don't go for Matoma? I wouldn't go for Matoma for me personally. I'd want to have Foden in the side. And I think you'd be fine to play both Strand Larson and Rodgers this week. I genuinely do. Start Iwobi or Ahmed, Virgil or Murillo. I think I probably would start Verge, then probably Murillo, but I probably would have it in that order. Yeah, Alex has got the right idea. Milenkovic is like Gabriel on corners. He is. I would probably would go João Pedro on that one over Vissa. Just realised I've been messaging the chat, somehow watching the stream 30 minutes behind. Oh, mate. Bless. Bless. 2 Premier League matches and 1 Cup one. Fair enough. Alright, fair. Thinking of benching Gabriel for Robinson? Don't think I'd do that. Bench Konza or Hall? Probably Konza. Probably go Konza on that one. Play Isak or Rodgers or Johnson. I would probably play Isak and Rodgers. Johnson's not in the predicted lineup. We had a look at that earlier. I would go Verge, Trent, Timber. I think when you're paying the big bucks for those three, I think you've got to play them every week. Two of the best defences in the league as well. Like, there's no point not playing them, if that makes sense. Do you keep your questions coming in, guys? Anything that you do have on the poll as well, get that in. Of course, if you've got any questions, get them in as well. Team reviews will be in 5 minutes as well over on Twitter. So make sure you're dropping me a follow over on there. Sending your team over as well. And we'll take a look. I would probably go Hall first sub there, mate, on that one. Yeah. Play 2 of Rodgers, Ahmed and Pedro. Rodgers and Ahmed for me. The thing is, I don't really know who you'd sell João Pedro for. Maybe like a Mateta and then buy a cheap midfielder for Bowen to fund that. That's probably the move I'd do. What if Visser scores against my triple Arsenal defence? You take that risk, I guess. Coin flip for captain, Salah or Cole Palmer. Big one. Big coin flip decision here. Tails is going to be Palmer. Heads is going to be Salah, alright? It's tails. It is tails. And I think that was Salah, right? I think that was Salah. Thoughts on West Ham's fixture run? Probably would be looking to sell most of their assets off now. Yeah, Bowen probably would be one I'd get rid of. Who to bench, Lewis, Castagna or Hall? Very good question. Oh, probably would go Hall out of all of those. And then probably play... I think you've got to play Rico Lewis against Leicester. You just have, haven't you? You do just have to play him. Salah it is. There we go. Just easy, mate, isn't it? Salah. Coin spoken. Tails was Palmer. I can't remember. Someone might have to go back and watch the stream. Tails was Palmer. Oh dear. Oh dear. People are saying Tails was Palmer. I can't remember. As soon as I flip the coin, it just leaves my brain who it was. It just instantly just leaves my brain as soon as I do it. Oh dear, dear, dear. Got 75 last week, same as me. Very, very good score, mate. Very, very good score. You're not complaining with a nice 75, are you? Just sold Pedro for Isak. Should have done it last night, but fell asleep before getting it done. Fair enough. I don't think you missed out on a price rise or a drop. Could be wrong on that, though. I probably would have... Who would I have? I probably would have Robinson. Oh, would I have Robinson? I probably would have Ahmed, Robinson, Hall. There we go. Yep, team reviews will be in 2 minutes. I don't play Serie A Fantasy. I've got enough on, mate. I've got enough on. You need to design your kits. Yeah, I know. I've changed the layout on this screen. So before it was like kind of a little bit tighter, so you could just see my team. I've made it bigger. I don't know. What do you guys think? Obviously, I can show you a side-by-side comparison, which one you prefer. Let me get it up. Hang on. Is it this one? Or is it that one? I think it might be this one. Oh, not that one. Definitely not that one. So this is what it used to look like, right? So that's 1. And this is obviously what it looks like now. So that's 2. Which one do you prefer, 1 or 2? Let me know in the chat. Just watched it back. Tails was Palmer. Nice. Can I see the expected goals? Yeah, of course you can. This one. I'm guessing you mean this one from the bookmakers. This is the way that I go with it. So yeah, there's that. What other questions have we got? Team reviews will be in in 1 minute. I just need to blow my nose. People are saying 2. They prefer 2. Fair, we'll go with 2. We'll stick with 2 then. I'm not a Brentford fan. Brentford are just the only team I kind of like in the Premier League. I'm going to have to blow my nose again in a second. But yeah, they're the only team I like. I actually support Mansfield. Someone said it in the chat. Mansfield are my team, which the kit's back there somewhere. We play in League One. So miles away from the Premier League. But yeah, that's who I support. Is Pedro playing? Yeah, he should probably play. Mbeumo to Foden or João Pedro to Havertz for a -4. Don't think I'd do either for a -4. Best Fernandes replacements? Probably either looking in the bargain bins or Anthony Gordon. That's probably the only options I would be looking at. Foden could also be a differential shout as well. Yeah, could be worth it. Could be worth bringing in Anthony Gordon. Fair. I think more people said 2, so we're going to stick with 2. Yeah, Jamie's got it right. They're just my favourite. Just my favourite Premier League side. I'll get a kit design as well. I don't think Blackham will play now. Right, we're going to do team reviews. Let me quickly just go and blow my nose so I can breathe again. Then we'll do team reviews. So give me a quick second, alright? Then we'll get some team reviews going. So get them sent in, alright? Right. I'm back. I'm back, baby. What rank am I? I am 80k in the world right now. Let's have a look. See what's been sent in then. See what has been sent in. Thank you very much for everybody that has sent me their teams. Of course, if you want to send me a team on Twitter, at @FPLTom_. Who would you start and bench? Another week with a benching headache. Ooh. I think you've got everything right. I probably would have done the same. Yeah, I probably would have done the same. Rate it, please. Do I put Kirkes to Gabriel or Colwell? Let me have a look. Probably would leave it as is, you know, mate. Probably would leave it as. Isak captain's an interesting one. I think for me, it probably is going to be between Salah and Palmer for captaincy. Saw and Mateta are in this week. Nice. You're hoping for a big win for Palace then. Team looks good other than that, mate, though. Team thoughts. Who's on the bench? I maybe would be tempted to play Rodgers over Wood. I think Everton are quite good defensively. So yeah, I probably would be doing that one. What changes should I do? I'd probably leave it as is. Maybe I probably would be tempted to play Robinson over Kirkes. Just back the home team. Better clean sheet data as well. FPL Tom. Oh, there I am in the top corner. There's me. Yeah. Probably would have the exact same lineup, to be honest, if that was my team. Feeling good about my team this week probably means it will do bad. Oh. No, again, I think that looks like a pretty decent team, to be honest. Got a lot of the big hitters for this week. So, yeah, I think you'll be fine. I like that. I like that. Hi, Tom. Congrats on 11k. Wishing you a fantastic end of the year. Thank you very much, Oscar. You too, mate. Thoughts on this team, weakness and players I should look to bring in. I mean, it's not a bad side. It's really, really not a bad side. I don't think there's anybody that I'd be desperately trying to get my hands on, to be honest. You've got Salah, you've got Palmer, you've got Isak. You've got a lot of the big hitters already. Obviously, it's just Cunha's probably going to be the problem in the next few weeks. Everybody else is probably a fine option to keep. Hello, Tom. Have a great evening. Thanks, mate. It is 10 in the morning here in the UK. Raya, Timber, Robinson, Munoz, Salah. Yeah, looks good. Bringing in Isak as well. I like that. I have one free transfer. What to do with it? Start Ahmed or Hall? I necessarily don't think this team needs a transfer. And I probably would play Ahmed over Hall. You don't really want to be playing a 5-back. 0.8 million in the bank. Nice. Team looks good, though. Team looks good. Yeah, I probably would leave it like that. Hope I've got my benching decisions right, but have a feeling about Semedo will come in anyway for Jackson. Yeah, it could happen, but yeah, I think you probably have all your benching decisions right. Yeah, looks right to me. Probably the way I'd have it. Hey Tom, I'm just sending my team before driving home from work. 3 free transfers left with 0.0 million in the bank. Started Lewis. I think I probably would play Enzo over Mbeumo, you know. I probably would play Enzo over Mbeumo. Yeah, I probably would. I think Arsenal are just too good at defence. Any transfer plans? Probably you could go Wan-Bissaka to Munoz. That'd probably be the only one. Help with my benching decisions. I probably would play Rodgers over João Pedro. Hey Tom, have I benched the right players? Thoughts and thanks. Yes. Yeah, you have. Yeah, I think you look good. Cool. Those are all the ones that came through. We'll do another batch of those in a little while. George is in the chat. Hope you had a good Christmas, mate. Why does it look like Tom's chewing gum? It's just a cough shriek to help my throat. FPL Shane in the chat as well. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your support. No, you don't send it by message. You just send it, like, leave it under one of my most recent tweets. I think you look good, big boy. It's the Christmas meals. They've piled onto me, haven't they? I'm captaining Cunha. All the Spurs defence are injured. I don't necessarily think you need to do that. And I spoke about this last week quite a lot. And I said, you never need to captain these differential players. You just need to have them. And having Cunha alone will do you enough good. Whereas if Salah pops off and you've not got him captain, it could be disastrous. Hall or Anderson to start? Probably go Anderson. Yeah, probably go Anderson on that one. Tom's chair gasping for air right now. Bro, I am a bigger boy. I'm a bigger boy. I've packed on some weight already, which is good. More weight to come. We've got another 10 kg on the bulk left to pack on before the end of March. You know, got to get those gains in. Sorry, I know this is FPL, but should I sell Saka and UCL? Yeah, he's out for 2 months, isn't he? Should I sell João Pedro and Bowen? If yes, then whom should I buy? I would probably go... I'd be tempted with Anthony Gordon, right, in midfield for Bowen. João Pedro, I don't know who you'd replace at that price point. There just isn't any interesting options. Bought in Gordon, Jesus and Chowdhury for the bench. Look at him. Look at him go, eh? With his big Chowdhury move. Oh, dear. I'm going to catch you, lad. Don't worry about it. Last one, either bench Gabriel or Semedo. I have Raya in goal. I would go double Arsenal. I'd go double Arsenal. I'd probably go the second option there, mate. Yeah, the second option on the wild card. Start Ahmed or Mikalenko. Probably go Mikalenko, yeah. Yeah, we'll do some more teams in a bit. We'll do some more teams in a little bit on Twitter. We'll get another good batch going and we'll take a look. If it doesn't pull through, just make sure you are following me on Twitter. Otherwise, it just gets lost. It just get lost. Will Sanchez start? Some of the predicted lineups don't have him starting now. When our team reviews, we just did a big batch, but we'll get another big batch going in a minute. We'll do those at like 20 past. We'll give it 10 minutes, get another good set in. Yeah, I mean, the midfield options aren't great, are they? That's the problem. None of the midfield options scream quality. So I get it. I do get it. Start Rodgers or Enzo? I think I'd probably go Enzo this week. Do I bring in Gordon for Bruno and maybe take a hit to... I don't think I do the hit. Such a big week of benching headaches. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have one. There's not really a benching headache for my team, is there really? Who should I start? Rodgers or Emblemo? Probably Rodgers. What are your thoughts on Odegaard to Sarr and João Pedro to Isak from -4? I don't hate that. I don't hate that move. Cheers, Tom. Wishing you the best over the new year. Congrats on 11k. Thank you very much, Harrison, and best of luck for 2025 to you as well, mate. I would play. I'd probably go Alisson. Yeah. No, I don't think the Jerome one. He's planted one of his foots and his other one's just happens to hit the player. Like, where's he meant to put his foot? He's falling, and your natural instinct is to counterbalance and put your other foot down. Where's he meant to go? Why Sarr over Eze? Eze's numbers haven't been exceptional for an elevated price point. Sarr's in his purple patch as well, and I think that's why people are going for him. Foden captain, not for me. I think having him alone will be a big enough differential. No, Jesus is still playing games, so yeah, I think last week was the time to buy into Jesus. Now's probably less so. Start Rodgers, Hall, or Robinson. I probably would go Rodgers. Yeah, I probably would roll, mate. I probably would roll. What do I think about Jackson to Watkins? It's a little bit short-sighted, isn't it? It is a 3-week punt on Watkins and Villa. Could be worth it. Could be worth it. There's a tweet going around with it. I can bring it up on FOTMob. Give me a second. Give me a quick second. Give me a hot minute. Premier League. I didn't mean to click Premier League. Yeah, I did. Where's yellow card? Where is it? Yellow cards. Here we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. So I'll let you know when we get to the players where it starts. Lot on 5 already. Right, so here we go. We've got Fabian Schär, Morgan Gibbs-White, 8 Nuri, Adam Armstrong, Lallana, Smith, Anthony Robinson's on 4 yellows, Bernardo Silva, Gakpo, Darwin, Elliot Anderson, Gabriel Jesus, who has more yellow cards than Premier League goals this season, Maguire, Kanate, Maddison, Vardy, Van Heck, Vestergaard, Urian Timber's got 4 yellows as well, Lewis Cook, Lewis Dunk, Senesi, who's injured, Lamina, Fernandez, Keane, Mickey van der Ven, Morgan Rogers is on 4 yellows, Murillo, Nico Williams, Nicholas Jackson, Oliver Skip, Hutchinson, Sanchez, and then we're down into 3s after that one. So there's some big names on there. Big names on there if they pick up yellow cards. Some big names on there. Let's put it that way. Jackson yellow. Imagine if you had Jackson, 8 Nuri, Robinson. Oh my god, you'd be fingered. Rodgers as well. If they all got yellows in 1 week. Yeah, I think Iwobi could be a decent pickup. There's a really, really good run for Fulham coming up. I'd probably go Enzo on that one, mate. Yeah, I probably would keep them. Nicholas Jackson. Love that. Hi, Tom. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, mate. Is Greaves to Munoz worth a -4 to bench? Nah, I wouldn't do that move. Start free, bench free. I mean, I'd have to play Saar. I probably would play Saar, Rogers, Enzo. Bench those defenders. That's probably the way I'd go with that one, George, mate. Lewis to Munoz this week. Feels wrong to sell. It does feel a little bit wrong, but I get the hype. I do get the hype behind Munoz. And I've gone for it. So, yeah. I'd go for it. Yep. He has more yellow cards than Premier League goals this season, and everyone's buying Jesus. Mental. I think you'll be fine. I think you could probably roll that. Probably would bench Ahmed out of all those options. Jackson coming on. Oh, that'd be the worst. If Jackson came on and picked up a yellow, imagine that. No, I don't think I'd be looking at Lewis Skelly. Hey, bro. Love from Kenya. Bench one of Ahmed, Rogers, or Gvardiol. Probably Ahmed. Coin toss, Allison or Sells. Yeah, we can do that one. Tails will be Sells. Heads will be Allison. Alright? Heads will be Allison. I've dropped it. I've absolutely dropped it and I don't know where it's gone. It landed on heads, by the way. Heads. There you go. Which was Allison. When will the yellows turn into 10 yellows? I think it's soon. I think it is soon. I can't quite remember, but it is soon. This is my final team. I don't think I'm going to make any more transfers unless we get any team news. But yeah, this is probably what I'm going to go with for this week. The one transfer we have made is take 8 Nuri out for Munoz. Double game week hasn't been confirmed yet. They're waiting for Liverpool's FA Cup tie with Accrington. So yeah, there you go. Iwobi or Saar? I'd probably be leaning more towards Saar. I would probably start Iwobi. I wouldn't be doing Mbeumo to Maddison. Maddison's minutes are so inconsistent. There we go. Andrew sorted me out. After 19 games. So this week. The 10 one should kick in. Just brought Kulusevski. Am I cooked, Tom? Probably a little bit, mate. A little bit. I think this is the last week before it goes to 10. Hopefully so, man. Hopefully so. Otherwise, we've got a lot of players on 5. Cunha to Jackson for free. Again, with Jackson maybe being benched, I don't think I'd do that one this week. Who to captain? Salah, Palmer. Who is better? Both level for predicted points. I think I'd probably just go with the numbers and go with Salah. But I can see quite a lot of people having Palmer captain as well. I expect both to have plus 100% effective ownership. There we go. Abby sorted us out. Yellow cards to 10 after this weekend for all teams apart from Liverpool and Everton. I probably would start Ahmed on that one, mate. I probably would go Colwell. Yeah, I probably would go Colwell. I probably would go Hall on that one. No, I don't. I wouldn't be looking at Jacob Murphy. He's not an option for me. Yeah, he's not an option for me. Not an option. Kudus out for Gordon. Yeah, big fan of that move. Big fan of that one. I think that's a decent one to go for. Start Digne or Hall. I'd go Hall. Please don't spam though, bro. I will have to put you on a timeout. Why are you benching Mbeumo? I just think Arsenal's defence is too good. I do just think their defence is too good. Could be one, but I mean, yeah. Bro, we're just big time, mate. We're just big time. Diego Jota to Raul to Solanke and Saar. I mean, Diego Jota is predicted to play this week, so I don't think I'd do it. Should I transfer out Flecken? Yeah, I probably would. Not really. I do think Arsenal will keep a clean sheet. Boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have. Looking at the poll for best captain for this week, it does heavily lean towards Mohamed Salah. Ish. I've done it a few weeks. Like, I think some people get caught up in it, but I've done it quite a few times this season, and it's worked out very beneficial for me. So I think sometimes people get caught up in playing like a defender and an attacker from the same team, where I think sometimes just do it. Like, if they're the best options and both of them look good on paper, then what's the point? No worries, Jamie, mate. No worries. Thank you for promoting the Discord if anybody wants to get themselves in there. Who's the best replacement for I probably would say Dean Henderson. And I kind of split the questions up a little bit. Next game week, pick 3. Probably you're going to play Enzo, Rodgers and Colwell, really, aren't you? Yeah, Leno could also be a decent shout. Pickford could also be a decent shout. We did the Palmer-Salah coin toss a little bit earlier and it landed on Palmer. So the coin has spoken in that regard. Fernandes to Gordon or just play Rodgers. I would probably just play Rodgers. That's all I've done with my team. Just played Rodgers. Hall, Kirkez, Ahmed, start 1. Probably go attacking and go Ahmed. Yeah. I think Palmer is a decent captaincy option. No doubt about it. Like, there's a reason him and Salah are both level on predicted points. They're both very, very good options. Happy New Year to everybody except the spammers. Yep. Yep. That's the way it goes, isn't it? Where are you ranked on the YouTubers League? I don't actually know because it doesn't load, but I saw the top 10 and I'm 4 points outside of the top 10 that they posted on Twitter. So yeah, pretty decent. Pretty decent in terms of the content creators. I'll take that. Just outside the top 10. Like, to say the relatively small nature of the channel, I will take that. Where is Alex? Alex is somewhere. He might be in Golden Stream. I do, to be fair, George. A bourbon, like, I used to do bourbons, but they get lost with the colour. So custard cream, it makes it stand out. Right, let's have a look on Twitter, see if we've had some more teams sent over, and we'll get a good batch of these done. Yeah, it looks like we've had a decent amount sent over. Where was the last one we did? Let's have a look. I think it was this one, right? Hi, Tom. Should I start Enzo over Rodgers? Yeah, I probably would. Team looks good, mate. Team looks good. Hey, Tom. Not sure if I should bring anyone off the bench. I do feel a bit reliant on Tottenham at the moment. I mean, Maddison isn't predicted in the starting lineup, so there's one to maybe ponder. I would definitely be playing Trent ahead of Maddison. 100% would be playing Trent ahead of Maddison. So yeah, I'd change that. Hi Tom, what would you do with this lot? I probably would leave it as is. I think you're fine for this week. Panda. Yeah, Maddison might be a big issue this week. But you've got a bit of bench cover to obviously cover it off if he doesn't play any minutes. Same with Jackson as well. Congrats on 11k, thank you very much. Do I make any transfers like Bruno to Gordon? I've got 1 free transfer. I mean, where would he get in? Like, over probably João Pedro, yes, but I probably would just leave it. I probably would leave it, roll. Thoughts? Decent looking team. Bar Marcus Rashford, which is such a strange one. Rest of the team, though, looks decent, mate. It looks decent. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Yeah, looking good. You sent me that one. Done. I got to save 5 free transfers. I got to save them. That looks all good, though, mate. It does look all good. Here he is. Not FPL Tom has returned. The absolute troll. Are we still friends? Need help picking which 3 to start. I'm so good at the game. Trent, Gabriel, Munoz. Done. There you go, mate. Trent, Gabriel, Munoz. Done. Just like that. Bosh. Um, who's got the best head-to-head record for this week for goals and assists? Didn't have a look. I didn't have a look, to be honest, Jake. Bench 2, Mikolenko, Harwood Bellis, and João Pedro. I would bench Harwood Bellis out of those and João Pedro. Luis de Munoz or roll? I think you could roll it. Play Hall or Konza? Probably go Lewis Hall. Probably would go Lewis Hall on that front. Pedro to Jesus or roll? Probably roll. I'm not 100% convinced by Jesus. I got 75, but 80 is very, very good, mate. Start 2 of Kirkes, Robinson, or Mikolenko. Mikolenko and Robinson for me. Hey lad, if you don't want to go for Salah, I get it. You jinx him up, and I thought it was going to happen again over on Boxing Day. I saw it on Twitter. Seen him in a few predicted lineups as well. Charlie is the man that I look for in terms of those. We'll take a look at that one in a second. Actually, let's just do it now while it's here. Shall I play Young or Hoyson? I probably will play Ashley Young. Yeah, I'll probably play Ashley Young. But yeah, Charlie is great for these predicted lineups with an accuracy percentage. And let me just bring it down to the Spurs one very quickly. Where are they? Spurs, here we go. Oh, Maddison is in it. Ignore me. Maddison is in it. Being a numpty. Who was it that wasn't? It was Brennan Johnson. That's the one who wasn't in it. But yeah, Charlie's our man. And that is the Spurs lineup. There you go. I brought in Saar for Diallo. Fair enough. Yeah. High time start Robinson or Hall. Probably go Robinson. This is why I genuinely I don't make goalkeeper transfers. And I'm a little bit disappointed in Tom for making a goalkeeper transfer. I thought it was poor from him. I do think it was poor from him, but you know what it is. He's still doing quite well this season. So yeah. Yeah, it's Johnson that's not in the predicted lineup. Maddison is. There we go. Alex is trash. He's 15th ranked now. I remember when he was 3rd. Bless him. Nobody else in this chat is ever going to see 15th place. I'm telling you right now. Alex is miles above us. Yeah, Diaz was in the predicted lineup, so I probably would say yeah. I reckon he might be. I like both of those moves. Obviously, though, it does leave you in like a double attack for Palace, and they've not been the most prolific side, have they, this season? So I would just be a little bit cautious on having double Palace attack. Like, they're not a team that are scoring plenty of goals, are they? I probably would bench João Pedro and Mbeumo. I get it. I'm just disappointed in Tom. I get it. I remember UCL Fantasy, but UCL Fantasy is a different beast. It is a different beast. You can't lie about that one. Did you have a good Christmas anyway, George, mate? I hope you did. Get anything nice? It's FPL Meerkat if you want to go and drop Charlie a follow. Absolute legend as well, so yeah, go and drop him a follow. Would you go Haaland cap if I had him? No, I think he's a big enough differential that I wouldn't even bother with captaincy. Yeah, guys, we want to get Alex back. We want Alex to be number 1 in the world at some point. That's the aim. Get Alex to number 1. Which one would you bench? Robinson, Kirkes, JP. I probably would be tempted with benching João Pedro or Kirkes with his being away. Yeah, I mean, Forest have proven that they're a really good defence. And the fixtures coming up aren't that bad. Like, it's not a bad run. It really isn't. I know there's a lot of, like, Reds in here and stuff, but they're fine. They're fine for the next 5 to 6 weeks, I'd probably say. Yeah, Charlie's your man. FPL Meerkat. He just hit 25k followers as well today on Twitter. So, yeah. A lot of snacks to eat. Love that. Love that, mate. I mean, it depends what situation your team's in if you want to use the wild card next week. Like, it makes complete sense if your team is a car crash. If your team is on its arse, it needs it, makes perfect sense. Obviously, if maybe you can get away with it, then you'll be fine. But if your team's on its arse, I get it. Play it. Play it. Hi, who to bench between Rodgers or João Pedro? João Pedro for me. Should I take a hit? Depends what the rest of your team looks like. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't. Bench Enzo or João Pedro? João Pedro for me. João Pedro to Watkins for a -4. Don't think I would. Why Watkins isn't starting? He will be starting now. I think he's banned, isn't he, for 3 games? Yeah, we spoke about the Chelsea rotation already in today's stream. Jota's in the predicted lineup, so I probably would go for him. How have you managed to get that really tall striker for Southampton? Don't tell me you've bought him in. Oh dear, he couldn't hit a barn door. He just kept heading it directly at the goalkeeper. Jessica's in the chat, one of our new channel members and moderators. She said Captain Salah or Palmer. I'm going with Salah. I think that's where the numbers are this week. Palmer's still a decent captaincy option though. Both are level on the fantasy football hub model. But yeah, I probably would do that one. And I saw you had a naughty hangover as well. Oh, Jake. Oh, Jake. A -4 for a guy that couldn't hit a barn door. Oh, Jake. Oh, Jake. Oh, Jake. Oh, Jake. What have you done? What have you done? Jackson isn't in the predicted team. No, he isn't. Start Delo or Colwell? Probably go Colwell on that one. I would start Enzo there, George. I probably would stick with Enzo for one more week. I probably would. What could have been a... Just one of those, isn't it? Robinson, Aina, Gabriel, Gomez, Hoyson. Who would you bench? Good question. Hoyson probably one. Then probably... I reckon top will be Gabriel. Second would be Robinson. Third would be Aina. Fourth would be Gomez, like that. Bench Enzo or Cunha. I play Cunha, so bench Enzo on that one. Start Mbeumo or Robinson. Probably would play Robinson. -4, João Pedro to Isaac. Probably would, yeah. Start JP, Enzo or Robinson. Be more leaning towards the second options over starting that. What are my transfer plans? We've done 8 Nuri out, Munoz in. That's all we're doing. For future weeks as well, I think next week we might be rolling and benching Cunha with his suspension. We can get away with it. Then I've got a plan. I can't remember what my plan was. I wrote it down somewhere yesterday. But I whipped it out on FPL team. And we had a good little playthrough of that. Hi Tom, would you start Enzo or Robinson? I probably would go Enzo. Captain Haaland for a rank push. I think having Haaland on his own is going to be a decent enough one. I think he'll still start. Yeah, I do think this probably could be the last game for Cunha, which is a shame. I'd probably go Mbeumo on that one, Jess, just because we saw with the predicted lineups, Brennan Johnson's not in it. João Pedro or Visser, I think you probably would have to still play João Pedro in that scenario. Digne or Porro, probably Digne. I'd probably play Timber. Looking good, mate. Looking good. Thoughts on Martinelli? Thought Arsenal looked a little bit lackluster without Saka in the side. Don't know if anyone else thought the same. Just didn't think they looked as good. Start Ahmed or João Pedro. Ahmed for me. Hall or Cucurella? Probably go Cucurella. Eze's alright, but his numbers aren't that much better than Sar's, so why spend the extra money? No worries, mate. Happy New Year to you as well. How have I got 2 points? A lot of people have a lot of money left over in the bank because we don't have Haaland. We've lost out on Saka now. So yeah, there's a lot of money to be played with, isn't there? Alright, okay. Hi Tom, should I take a -4 for Jackson to Mateta and Gomez to Saar? No, not for me. The Cole's alright, Peter's Pies. I keep having to blow my nose, but it's alright. It's not too bad. Yeah, it would be locked. It would be locked. It depends what other options are around at that point, though, doesn't it? Yeah, I think Arsenal are going to struggle attacking-wise. They're going to be heavily reliant on corners at the moment. Bench João Pedro or Robinson? Bench João Pedro for me. I'm just not I'm not a João Pedro fan at the moment. Yeah. Best attacking defenders in the Premier League right now. I mean, outside of probably Trent, you're probably looking at your boy Munoz. You are looking at the boy Munoz. Why don't I like Murphy? Let me go and find him. Where is he? These minutes are why I don't like Murphy. Right? 77, 63, 63, 59, 73. Right? And I know he's doing well at the moment. He's getting returns. Great. Well done him. The data isn't exceptional, I'd say. Right? Not playing full 90s. So I just can't get on board with it. I just can't. I can't get on board with it. Not for me personally. Before this run he went on, he had 1 goal in 14 months. 1 goal in 14 months, which is ridiculous. I'd be more tempted with taking Jesus out than Jackson. Yep, very, very good point there as well, George. Today is the last week you can use your first wildcard. We get our second wildcard next week. It'll be 2 Premier League games. One's in the FA Cup, because that starts on the 11th of the 3rd round, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Never call me Thomas. Please never call me Thomas. I hate being called Thomas. But I'll answer your question. I was tempted to sell Bruno Fernandes for Anthony Gordon. I really was. But I've kept with it. I'm going to stick with it. Who is a good midfielder then? The options aren't great. Outside of Salah and Palmer, nobody wets my whistle. Apart from maybe Anthony Gordon. Everybody else is just a bit... Yeah. I'd prefer Gordon over Anthony... I prefer Gordon over Odegaard. Jackson isn't in the predicted lineups I've seen, but still could start. Yeah. So the FA Cup that FA Cup game will count towards it. Sar's alright again, but last game week his data was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. So yeah, for anybody wondering about Duran, it is a 3-game suspension, but because of the FA Cup, it's only going to be a 2 Premier League game ones. Yeah, call me Tim. Tim, I absolutely love being called Tim. Someone wrote on one of my Christmas cards, Tim, right? And they didn't even know that I had they didn't know I had this channel. They didn't know anything. They just accidentally called me Tim at Christmas. Like, how does that happen? Yeah, agreed. Why don't City keep clean sheets? Mate, it's a mystery. It is a mystery. It is a mystery. I took a -4 for Foden. He impressed me last week. Fair enough. FPL Tim. FPL Tim. Jesus. It's not a good name, is it? FPL Tim. It's not the one. It's not the one. Let me grab my laptop charger. Plug this bad boy in. Give me a sec. Yeah, a few people looking at Foden. It is a tempting option. It is a tempting option. Sorry, Tim, mate. Sorry, Tim. Start Rodgers. I probably would go Rodgers out of all of those options. Yeah, don't come for my name on Discord. Don't come for my name on Discord. Score predictions for this week. Yeah, we can have a look at the games. Let's have a look. Thomas, Tim, Tom. Yeah, I can show you those very quickly. We'll get those up. Give me a second. Gordon. Where is he? Here he is. So yeah, his minutes are okay. Like, there's a few early substitutions in here, but it's pretty decent across the board. Data, nothing exciting. Like, nothing really... Like, Murphy's data was actually better. But Anthony Gordon is one of those players that I do feel is, like, one of those players that might break the data model a little bit, because he's such a good natural finisher. Like, that chance he took on Boxing Day. Ridiculous. Genuinely ridiculous. Right, where's the fixtures for this week? Let's do my score predictions. I'm going to go a 2-1 win for City here. I'm actually going to go for a 1-0 win for Southampton. Might shock a few people, but I'm going to do it. Everton versus Forest. 0-0. That's got a 0-0 written all over it. Fulham Bournemouth, I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Fulham. Spurs Wolves, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Wolves. West Ham Liverpool, I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Liverpool. Villa Brighton, I'm going to go 2-2. Chelsea are going to win 1-0 away at Ipswich. United Newcastle, I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Newcastle. And then Brentford Arsenal, I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Arsenal. So not a lot of goals I've got predicted, but yeah, just how I'm feeling. Just how I'm feeling right now. Keep Ahmed and Buemo. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, his goal against Villa was incredible. Start Bowen or Rodgers. I'd start Rodgers. I have him as well. I have Munoz. I just think a lot of people are buying into Palace, and then I could just see a random result. I've angered a few Palace fans as well. Yeah, United 0 goals. They're shit. They just are. They're just terrible. They're just a terrible team. By the way, I think if I refresh this, we might be on 100 likes. Let's have a look. 97. Bless me. I sneezed and coughed at the same time. But yeah, if you want to help me out, hit that like button. Get us over to 100. Apologies for just coughing my lungs up there. That was horrible. Bench RP or Enzo. Already have Palmer and Jackson. I probably would still bench João Pedro. Yeah, I can imagine, Alex. Yeah, Palace are a more second half team, aren't they? They always seem to have a decent run towards the back end of the season. United and City are absolutely washed, yeah. Football in Manchester, gone. We have just hit 100 likes, so thank you very, very much for that. Guys, you've been legends all season. Like I said, this is going to be my last stream of the year, I think. Pretty sure it will be. But, like I said, you guys have been legends. I've got a lot of time for everybody that's joined the channel this year. Subscribers, people that have just came for one stream or watched one video. A lot of time for you guys this season. So a massive shout out to you guys. Legends, as always. Between Timber and Lewis Hall, I think both are going to concede this week. Fair enough. Yeah, if you feel that way and you want to go Hall for the attacking returns, go for it. The 2024 April form. Oh, it was magical. It was magical. You deserve it, Tom. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate that. Yeah, let's hope for a good 2025. I've got some goals written down, what I want to do with this channel. And of course, if people aren't aware, the second channel as well. We hit 1K on that last season. This is the thing, right? There's only like 6 or 7 videos on that channel, and to hit 1K in like such a short space of time was ridiculous. I'm hoping the Stockholm video can get to 100k views. Like it's so close. It needs like maybe like 800 views. If it happens before the end of the year, I'm done. 100k views is something I never expected to get on YouTube. Genuinely ridiculous. Have you done a dance to celebrate? Would people like to see a dance? I can do a dance if you want. Let me know in the chat. Would you like a dance for 11k? I can whip one out if you want. Hi Tom, when will you be doing team ratings? I can do team ratings anytime, mate. If you want to send it over to me, Anton, I know you're a boy. I know you're a legend. You've been here a while, so I'll sort you out with a team rating whenever you want, mate. We never got... Yeah, I can... literally, my December was mental. I went out too much in December, let's put it that way. Can I send you the dance I want you to do? Yeah, I mean, if you want to send it me on Discord, yeah. Yes, we need a dance. All right. We'll get a dance. George is going to send it me on Discord, the dance he wants me to do. I'll see if I can do it. If I can't do it, I'll just whip out the usual moves. Oh dear. Yeah. I didn't think I'd have people begging me to dance on the stream. That's not how I expected to end this year, but hey, for you guys, I will do absolutely anything, and I have a lot of time for you guys. You know that. You all know that. It's been sent. Wonderful stuff. Let me have a check of it. I must try. All right, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go, George. We'll give it a go. Where's the Discord? By the way, guys, one of the channel members will put the Discord link in if you want to come and have a chat with us on Discord. It's good stuff. He sent it me. Oh, it's this guy. I've seen this guy. The old... Yeah. I've seen this one before. I'm going to struggle to do that, but I'll give it a go, alright? I'll give it a go. We'll get the full screen camera up. Right. There we go. So you can see a little bit more, alright? By the way, if people want an FPL advice, I will get back to that in a second. We'll get some team reviews done. But, yeah. I'll give my best to give this a go. Alright? Alright? Well, I'll give my best to do it. Alright? Hang on. You ready? Oh shit, nearly fell over. Ready? And then he goes like that. And then I think there's a couple of these in there as well. There we go. That's all I'm doing for now. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Absolutely nuts as always, aren't we? By the way, these moves just pull ladies all the time. I couldn't do any more. I can't breathe out one of my noses. Oh, dear. Beautiful. People loving the dance moves. Someone will have to clip that. Just like watching Paul Pogba. The Christmas tree's still up. It'll be up till New Year. And then you take it down, don't you? Was expecting a serious injury there. Nah, we're good, bro. We're good. Allison or Sells? Ooh. I probably would go Sells, you know. Hit the griddy. Nah, no more dancing. Get me more subs and we'll hit more dance moves. You know that's the way it works. Start your OnlyFans, you'll make millions. Oh, dearie me. Dancing, FPL chatting. Yeah. It just is better, innit? Between Timber and Lewis Hall, I think both... I read that one already, didn't I? That was literally like watching Lingard, yeah. Let's go, baby. Start Luis Diaz? Yeah, I'd start him. It looks like he could potentially start this week. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Some dancing for you guys. Odegaard or Sarr as a Bruno replacement? I would probably have Sarr, but I think you could very easily play Rodgers. Dig and dance. Which one's that one? Sing and dance. I've already done a sing song. I've already done a sing song on a stream before. Don't worry about that. Would you bring in Gordon instead of Enzo next week? Yeah. Bloody hell, I'm going to be knackered at the end of all this if I'm doing that. Right, it looks like we've had a few teams sent in. I feel Tom need this dance now. I'll go check that out in a little bit as well. Thoughts on my team for this game week? Yeah, I think you're decent, mate. I think you're in a decent position. FPL Tom, look to get Pedro or Matoma out. Who could go in next week for those? Probably would be Gordon, mate. Or you could obviously take a little bit of a punt maybe on somebody like a Sarr, and Ahmed. Somebody like that probably is going to be the options, aren't they, really? Very, very good looking team. Very, very good looking team. No problems with that one. I will check that dance out in a little bit, Tim. Don't worry. I would actually probably prefer to play Mbuemo over Pedro. Bench one of Lewis, Rodgers, Cunha or João Pedro. João Pedro. Start Rodgers or Ahmed and Digne or Robinson. I would start Rodgers and I would start Robinson. I think both of those moves could be pretty decent, mate. So yeah, I probably would be tempted to do that. I get messages from the stars when you're making love to me. Yeah, so there's not many content creators that dance. Oh dear. Start Bowen or Raul or Kirkes. Ooh, I probably would be tempted with Raul. Diaz replacements. I think Diaz might start. But if I was looking at anybody, probably would be Anthony Gordon. Yeah, I guess it's probably just sticking with the numbers, isn't it? Tom got that voice. I really, really don't. I haven't really decided when I'm wildcarding yet. I've not really thought that far ahead. I think my team's in a pretty decent place. But yeah, we'll probably be around that period to tackle the final few game weeks and the doubles and stuff like that. But yeah, let's just wait and see, I guess, and see where the next few weeks pan out. We could get absolutely battered with injuries and we might have to hit it early. Clipped it. Wonderful. What a legend, George. What a legend. What a legend. Oh, no, you need me nearly stacking it. That's part of the experience, isn't it? What transfers have I made? I brought in Munoz for 8 Nuri this week. Munoz for 8 Nuri. That is all part of the experience. He actually has clipped it as well. What a legend. Legend. And then I think there's a couple of these in there as well. There we go. That's all I'm doing for now. Oh, George. What a legend. What a legend. Start Kirkes or Porro? I'd probably go Kirkes. Should I replace Bruno and João Pedro with Isaac and Gordon? For a -4? Probably not for a -4. Ooh, but it is Isaac. Yeah, didn't a load of people get like baited on Twitter? Like even like big media articles and stuff like that get absolutely baited with the Cunha suspension thing. Isak or Jackson or Watkins? Isak, Watkins, Jackson in that order for me right now. Thank you very much for subscribing, Matthew. Appreciate that, mate. I hope you have a good new year. He says bench Visser or Enzo. I probably would bench Visser. Is it worth a -4 for Saka and Welbeck out to Eze and Watkins in? Yeah, probably. Alex said he'd do that -4. Alex is a better FPL manager than me, so yeah, go for that -4, Gordon and Isak. Cunha to Mateta, probably next week. I probably maybe would look at that one. I'd keep Cunha for one more week. Yeah, he honestly had everybody on strings, didn't he? Absolute the whole community on strings. So yeah, you have to love it. You have to love it. You do have to love it. Of course, there will be a video out after today's matches are played. Obviously the transfer video. That'll be out nice and early. There'll be plenty of videos in the week as well for you guys to watch. Plenty of good content coming your way as always on the channel. And then, yeah, I guess we're back into the swing of normal weeks, aren't we? I know there's a midweek round in January, but plenty of game weeks coming up in January, which I do like. Because last year it kind of dropped off a little bit. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Alex to hit me up on Twitter. If Alex wants to hit me up on Twitter, we'll get something sorted. But if not, I understand. He's probably too big. Clipped you stacking it too. Nice. Start Rodgers or Enzo? I probably would go Enzo. Yeah, I'd probably go Enzo. Yeah, go Enzo. Hi Tom, start free and Buemo, João Pedro, Strand Larson and Semenyo. I would probably start. Who would I start? I'd probably start. Go on then. Let's have. And Buemo, Strand Larson, Semenyo, I think. Do you think Raul will start? I can check. Yeah, I only do top 10 managers, not 15. That doesn't work as well for a video, does it? Jessica's team, let's quickly do this and then we'll have a look. 2.5 million the bench, done. Keane to Munoz. Nice. Team's looking decent. Team is looking decent. Let's have a look. It was Jimenez, right? Has Muniz starting? Start Rodgers or João Pedro? Rodgers for me. Sarr or Murphy? Probably would go Sarr on that front. Yeah, I'd probably go Sarr. Probably would go Sarr. Oh, mate, if you've got Twitter, right? What's your? I mean, I don't want to like put it out there, but I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. If you've got Discord, drop me a message on Discord. Right, come join the Discord stream and private message me, and we can talk on there if you want, mate. That might be a better way to do it. Because Twitter, I mean, if I follow you on Twitter, but I don't want to like expose your at if you don't want people to follow you and stuff like that. Is it bad that the only move I'm considering is Cunha is Gakpo if he gets banned? I mean, Gakpo's been playing a lot of minutes, hasn't he? He has been playing a lot of minutes. Start Aina or Robinson? Probably would go Aina. Yeah, probably would go Aina. Probably. Oh dear. Deary me. Obviously, we're not going to be going live all the way up until 1 o'clock. A lot of the big boys starting in probably a few minutes as well, and I probably expect, you know, people to be dropping off at that point, and that makes complete sense. But yeah, I get it. I do get it. A lot of the big boys will be live. People will go to their streams as well. We'll probably be live till around about maybe like 11:30. We'll see how my throat gets on. It is getting a little bit raspy and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. See what sort of numbers we're pulling over the next 15 minutes. See if it's worth me continuing. No point me absolutely demolishing my absolute my already strained vocals. But you saw some dancing. Hey, I did my dance. Tim, the dance has been done, mate. The dance has been done. 3-5-2 with Rodgers and Enzo starting, or 3-4-3 with João Pedro. I would go for the first option. FPL Tom, the throat goat. Yeah, you know it, mate. I got that gum game. You know what I mean? I roll up and people go, oh, there he is. It's FPL Tom with a gum game. No worries, mate. No worries, all good. It's been Christmas as well, mate, so it makes sense. But, yeah, drop me a message on Discord, mate. We'll definitely put something together. Oh, I'll check it out. I'll check it out in a bit, Tim. I don't know what's in it, and, like, I don't want to, like, click on it. I don't want to click on a link when I don't know what it is, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I don't want to get absolutely diddled by the police or anything like that. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are, by the way, guys. I know a lot of people will be looking to set them over the next few days. Any resolutions, any goals for 2025 as well? This is the trust test for me. Bro, I ain't risking my YouTube monetization. Play Matoma or Raul? I play Matoma. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, really, isn't it? It's a difficult one. Just imagine that in running the marathon in 2025. Love that. Love that. Shout out to George. Shout out to George. Which marathon you running, mate? Maybe I'll come along with a sign. Support you. Foden cap. Nah, I think having Foden will be a big enough differential cap. Digne to Munoz to João Pedro to Mateta, or both for a -4. I'd probably do the Mateta one more. Hi Tom, could you rate my team? Of course, mate. The London Marathon. Fair play to George. Shout out to George in the chat for doing the London Marathon. Big props for that, mate. Big props. I absolutely hate running. Like, when I'm on a cut and I'm losing weight, running, I absolutely despise it. I can run like 5Ks, but anything further than that, I just don't enjoy. I don't know what it is. I just don't enjoy it. Maybe I need to like just do like cycling at the gym more. Maybe that's how I lose my weight when I'm on a cut. No, I know you haven't done it yet, mate, but I'm giving you props. Favourite Palace pick? Probably in my team, it's going to be Munoz. Morgan Gibbs-White? Not really. Not for me. What's my team value? I think it's 103.8 million. So not too bad. Not too bad. Why did it send twice? No worries, mate. No worries. I feel you absolutely hate cardio. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I used to really, really love running. Like, genuinely used to love running. But, yeah. Is what it is. I'm quite like a bigger guy. If you've seen my posts on Twitter, I used to be built like an absolute stick. Genuinely like a twig. My arms were minuscule. Now I'm like quite big again. And we're only going to get bigger. So if you see me and you're like, fucking hell, he's putting a bit of weight, we are bulking up. Then we cut again in the summer. And then, like, I'll get all the questions again in, like, August, like, oh, bloody hell, you've lost weight. Yeah, that's what happens. Man City might sign a few players. I believe they were looking at 2 midfielders, but I think that's fell through, hasn't it? If I had to pick any there, Andy, probably Rodgers would make it in. And you know what? I think Brian and Mbeumo still stands in that team. Like, they've got Southampton. I'll play him. I'm going to play him against City. I probably won't play him in Liverpool. Then it's Palace, Spurs, West. Like, this is the reason I'm going to hold on to Brian, right? I'm going to play him against City, so I just need to bench him for this week and the Liverpool week. But then everything else, pretty golden, mate. Pretty golden for a player that is on penalties. I know his data's dropped off a little bit, but still, 0.5 on penalties, plays 90 minutes. You can't ask for much more than that, can you? Yeah, I can rate your team. Let's have a look. I haven't had anything sent in, so just make sure you are dropping me a follow, otherwise it doesn't pull through. Let's have a look. Just having a quick scout around, see if there's any early team news. Like I said, a lot of the big boys have gone live, so I get it. I get it. Yeah, I genuinely think I might look to maybe get Visser back in for Cunha next week. That could be the move. That genuinely could be the move. We could be back on Visser. Oh, if you sent it in the chat, put it back in again. No, I'd still go probably for the double Arsenal defence. Yeah, I think you could, or you can move to Anthony Gordon in terms of those replacements. Thank you, George. I'll take a look at that now. Sanchez, Saliba, Gomez, Cavadio, Saul, Rogers, Salicap. Yeah, you might have a few benching problems this week if Jackson gets benched, but other than that, I think your team's looking pretty decent. Just make sure you got your bench in order correct in case Jackson doesn't play. That's all I'd probably say on that one, mate. Rest of it looks really good, though. Rest of it looks really, really good. Yeah, legend as always, George. Thank you for sending your team in as well, Neil. Appreciate that, mate. Do appreciate that. Keep your questions coming in. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline. Of course, we won't be live all the way up till the deadline. We'll let the big boys take that mantle. Don't worry. We'll let them do it. We'll let them take the mantle. Still have Saka, forgot the deadline, who to replace him with. I mean, your options aren't plentiful, are they? They're not great. They're not great. Probably maybe Foden, Gordon, or drop it all the way down to a cheaper midfielder. See you later, George. Thank you very much, mate. Enjoy your pizza. When does the next wildcard come into use? After this game week. So game week 20, you will be able to play your wildcard. I'll get a video done building the best wildcard team for you guys. So yeah. And Buemo and João Pedro to Saar and Isak from -4. I probably would, you know. I probably would be tempted with that move. I think Isak's going to be a player you want to have. Not 100% convinced on selling maybe Brian and Buemo. I think he could be a very easy hold going forward the next few weeks. But yeah. Yeah, George is in the Discord. Oh, yeah, see you in the Discord. I'm still waiting for the racing car, the big racing car bed meme. I'm still waiting for it. Jamie, pull your finger out. You know what I mean? Pull your finger out. Gordon, Rogers, Enzo, that order. Safest mid picks? Yeah, probably. Probably. Oh, we've just had a WhatsApp off Golden. Love that. He says, well done on 11k, mate. Look at that. Look at that. What a guy. You know what I mean? Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Lot of time for Tom. Yeah. Can you show the goal scorer percentages before you go? Yeah, I can find it on Twitter. I can't remember what was said about it. I can't really remember what was said, but we'll get it. We'll get it at some point. We'll get it at some point. Let me quickly head over to Rob's Twitter. See if he's posted on here. Here we go. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. Let me minimize that. We've got Haaland as the top with 0.96 from the betting markets. Salah in second with 0.87. Then Palmer with 0.72. Watkins is in there. Jackson's in there. Diaz, Mateta, Isak, Son, Raul, Jota, and Solanke. So yeah, lots of interesting ones from the betting markets today. Yeah, I think that -4 could work, mate. I think that -4 could work. Oh dear, mate. Neil, you could be a little bit cooked there, mate. You could be a little bit cooked. Colwell or Muniz? Muniz all the way. Muniz all the way. Muniz all the way. Let me bring my team back up. Unless someone sent me their team. Yeah, someone sent me their team. Hi, Tom. Could you rate my team for you, mate? Of course I can. Verbergen, Gabriel, Robinson. Looks good. Who's on your bench? I guess it's a toss-up between Bowen, João Pedro, and Kirkers, isn't it, really? Guess Bowen is a good man. You've not really got any Liverpool defenders, so yeah, I probably would stick with that. Golden is a good guy. Double monthly stream with an invited FPL player. I mean, we could do one of those. It's not a bad idea. Is it? What about Enzo and Alanga? Alanga's been cooking. He has been cooking. I would be interested to see his data. I think it's a tough game, though, today. I don't think they'll score. But let me have a look. Alanga. What's his data been saying? It's pretty miserable data. Probably just in a little bit of a purple patch, isn't he? His minutes are not really there either. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go there. Yeah, if you need to wildcard next week, it does make sense. Which two to start? Eze, Ahmed, Semenyo, and Eze for me. I would bench Raul with him not being in the predicted lineup. That's probably the way I'd go on that one. Is Odegaard a good Saka replacement? Not for me, really. I couldn't get on board with it. I didn't understand the hype really behind it. How long is Saka out for? Apparently 2 months. He's out for. So yeah, it's quite a long time, isn't it? Quite a long time. Yeah, I get your point, Alex. I just can't buy into it. I can't buy into the Odegaard hype. I don't necessarily think the goalkeeper. I think you could play with 10. I really think you could play with 10. And we're not going to find out about Flecken because their game's on Wednesday. So I'd put Flecken in, hope that he plays, hope he's back in, and just risk it. Yeah, I mean, he did outperform Bruno, so yeah, there you go. I mean, the striker options at the moment are depleting, really, aren't they? They really are depleting. They really are depleting. I probably then, would look to get rid of Saka. Maybe for Gordon or Saw, and then bench João Pedro. That's probably what I'd do with that team, mate. That's probably the way I'd go with that one. Right, let's have one final check of Twitter before we wrap up today's stream. There's been an update on the projection ones. Slightly warmer towards City, Palace and Arsenal. Cooling on Tottenham and Villa. Makes sense. does make sense. Right, I'm going to wrap today's stream up because my voice is getting a little bit raspy. And I don't want to absolutely kill myself off. So I'm going to wrap up today's stream. Thank you very much for helping the channel hit 11k subscribers. There will be a video out from me later today. Massive shout out to you guys. Thank you very much for making 2024 an amazing year for me. So massive shout out to you guys for that one. It has been incredible. And we are only just starting. So the big things are going to keep on coming in 2025. Like I said, thank you very much for watching today's stream. Hope you did enjoy it. Video out tonight. And good luck in Game Week 19.